Good afternoon. Ohayou gozaimasu, sekai. Dobry utra. Russia. Kata wa o genki desu ka, sekai? Boku wa genki desu. So, last Sunday I went to the Japanese Lantern Festival. That's in St. Paul in the Como Conservatory and Park. And I got these daiso hanafuda cards, which you can see the moon right there. They're the classic version of Nintendo cards, but Daiso made a spin-off out of them. Either way, then you can see the difference of these cards. But the texture's way different, because this is Daiso and this is a Nintendo. But they're way different. But same game, which is Koi Koi. And that Nintendo was made in 1889. Comes next month. It's probably a long time since Nintendo had their headquarters in 1889 in Japan, which is in Kyoto. And so I did go to last Sunday I went to the Japanese Lantern Festival, and it was a lot of fun, and I got these cards for like $7.50. The Daiso Hanafuda cards I meant to say, but yeah, you can't see some of my displays, but I still got the karaoke Russian cartoon. And this time, I put it in Yeah Boy, which is a Russian cartoon from Cat Leopold's Soyumuchi film, which I told you they're an inspiration to me. And what you can do is that it's kind of a cool thing to go through, and even Nintendo, they made a deluxe set in 1985 where you can see Rob the Robot. Rob stands for Robotic Operating Buddy, and you can see the Duck Hunt on the TV. They had a deluxe set in September of '85 where they had a Macy's store going on, and they wanted to sell 100,000 units at the time, which was a surprise. I never thought of it. With them, they want to do well for their products. Aside from the NES, Robotic Operating Buddy, he was known as the Family Computer Robot, where they made Robot Gyro, which is known as Gyromite, Stack Up, Robot Block. Nintendo was making so much games, and then comes Mario from the Family Computer Color, which I have on display. Which you can see the Nintendo sign flashing on the Family Computer Disk System startup screen. Shout out to my parents, and I would like to shout out to Leah and Betsy and Jesse, my close friends, and I'd love to give a shout out to Ralph from High Score and Paul from High Score, who knows about this and putting things on the displays, and shout out to my neighbor Chris and Daphne, who I take care of their dog Neville, with a lot of love. So I guess I give everyone a shout out in this world either ways. But for what Nintendo's doing is different, because they had a painful launch this year on the Switch, where the screen's broken and glitches, from what I heard from my best friend Jesse. And what they do was it was too new for them, for the equipment. Same for the original PS4, it was the same thing. They had a blinking blue light of death, where it was too new for the launch. 8th generation consoles are too new, and like I said, be strong and be careful with the Grand Theft Auto games, because they're really bad for other people's situations. And in case you didn't know about the St. Paul shirt, in Japanese I got it when it was like 17 or 18 either ways. And you won't believe this controller I got a gold controller for like $40 at Target. I got it for it was like initially $70 at the GameStop in the Black Friday last year, but this deal's way better at Target. But it was the E3 special that they got. it even came with a 1TB PS4 Slim Gold, but about Nintendo and Sony, I wish they would make up. Like Santa Claus and the Beehive would make up. No, I haven't done any artwork about Santa Claus and the Beehive yet because it's not Christmas either ways, but you gotta know yourself that Santa Claus and the Beehive's different. Because for them, they gotta like make up. Because if you were to put a beehive in the chimney, Santa Claus would get hurt easily, and that's how Sony's trying to do. They're trying to win the console wars with Microsoft and Nintendo, because even though Microsoft's making a live system called Xbox One X, it was initially called the Scorpio, but the thing is that it's probably going to be the last console that Microsoft's going to make. I don't know, but for Nintendo and Sony, I'm sure they'll make up down the road. But the console war is so rivalry lately, with all these games come out like Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, and for anyone who knows about this deal, Best Buy selling PS4 Pros for $350 with a 4K HDR combined TV, but I'd be careful with the money deals, because Best Buy is like trying to get you surprised with all these good deals. Now, if they was to sell the Pro alone, that would be a different story. But the suggestion is, if you wanted to get any systems, I'd suggest getting a, like, Nintendo kicked off the 8th generation with the Wii U, which was the deluxe set. In Japanese, it was called the premium set. Europe, premium pack. But now that the Switch come out, the Wii U's discontinued. And the games I never thought of playing was like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. And that's also for the Switch as well. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Fighters. Final Challengers, I meant to say. Those are the 3 games I never thought of playing, but if you was to buy a Nintendo Switch, be very, very careful with the screen, because they're just going to break down easily, and they're going to be in high demands. They're going to be really, really hard to find, and comes next year. The Super Nintendo Classic is coming, from what I heard from High Score back then, but you have to, so buying equipment that you need for your gameplays or live streams, whatever it is, I suggest you getting a PS4 or a PS4 Pro if you was to be interested with VR. Even for this app, for the Playroom AR Studio, you could use it for your show and display stuff. So it's like a suggestion, you know. But yeah, you have to be careful with all the stuff. And what you can do is just keep going with Sony and Nintendo. But if anyone loves Microsoft, it could be different stories, but gets the thought of things. But you gotta be careful with Microsoft, because they're gonna go really high priced. And oh yeah, and the Madden games are coming out tomorrow, and it's just, for anyone that doesn't like football that much, on Madden games on Xbox One and PS4, you're not the only one, because Madden is the same installments every year. It's my sure, but even the Super Bowl is coming up in February, so just be careful and try to better with the games over time. And this concludes my show.